located at Yishun in Singapore called Ji Shan Gong, which carries with it a story of true grit and determination. Edmund Zhang, he is a spirit medium and tangki, and his first encounter started at a very young age of only 17. So when Edmund was 19 years old, him and a really close friend or mentor actually set up the sintua, Ji Shan Gong, first in Malaysia. His close friend and mentor was the main, man in charge and as well as the only tangki for Ji Shan Gong. But sadly, he passed away when Edmund was only 22. So maybe about 4 years back, Edmund gained the support from all his friends around him and moved Ji Shan Gong to Singapore, to where its home is now at Yishun. So I've got Edmund Zhang, who will actually take us through a journey, his journey, and the story of how he came about being a spirit medium tangki, as well as the setting up of Ji Shan Gong. Which deity or deities do you trance?
I transfer Ji Gong Huo, which is the monk.
Ji Gong was once known as Liu Xiuyuan, a real person born to a real official more than 1,000 years ago, during the glorious Chinese dynasty that would eventually fall to Kublai Khan after decades of protracted warfare. Xiuyuan was born in the years just before that invasion, when the Song dynasty just passed the height of their power, and the cities of Hangzhou and Suzhou were, without a doubt, the greatest cities of their time. So Liu Xiuyuan became known as a line stepper, drinking where he should have been chanting and jumping the temple walls to wander wide-eyed in crimson robe through the streets of the greatest city in the world. They called him Daoji by his Buddhist name, and the people of Hangzhou started pointing out to others. They say, "There he goes, that monk I told you about, the one I saw eating roast pigeon and sucking down rice wine, smiling at everyone and sprouting out sutras." A famous line that Ji Gong would love to say is 酒肉穿肠过，佛祖心中坐, which means once meat and liquor had passed through your guts, the Buddha will be sitting in your heart. A true master could come clothed in rags, silly and singing, but be the only one in the room that holds the Buddha in his heart.
中坛元帅李哪吒 and 七殿大野伯的谢必安.
Were you faced with many challenges when you first started channeling? And like you said, you started your first encounter was at 17 years of age. So what was the indication, or was there any specific indication that it's time to act as a vessel or voice for this particular deity? Or I think in your case, there are 3 deities which you trance.
First encounter was was facing at the Changi beach drinking with her friend at his birthday. So my friend been possessed, act something abnormal by himself, and 4 or 5 men can't hold him down. So at the point of time, and suddenly felt dizzy and I knocked off too. So when I was awake, people and my friend told me that been tranced by 中坛元帅. That's the first time. Yeah. So challenge for me is just that worried about studies or future path, like cannot be normal life of like other people. So can't accept myself to become a keystone. I also can't accept because there's many kind of rule and regulation to follow on, so it's not easy. So I will not like to choose. But the time is when due to person me and one of my so-called brother, so-called my mentor, we set our temple in Malaysia, and he was the in charge, and we set out the temple for 5 years. And he sadly he passed away due to a heart attack. Yeah, that time I was still 22 years old. So when he passed away, and I have to take over the role and responsibility of the temple. So yeah.
So Edmund, do you comprehend what was happening? Do you have any difficulties containing the spiritual energy of the deity or the deities within you?
It will be like just like you believe in him, just relax, let him take over and let him do the job. Yeah, our job is just to let our body to let them take over. Yeah.
Are you able to describe to the layman in terms of what goes through your head or your mind, or how do you feel when you were in a trance state and being a tangki?
Although first time I was afraid, the first time I was really afraid because scared that we cannot return to ourselves. Yeah, somehow it's funny, but as a Taoism, there's the importance of practicing our meditation to like somehow to recharge our power. Yeah, meditation is the 3 point, the 精气神. Okay, so this one is to grow our positive energy. Yeah, for this question is like like the previous question, you will feel when you starting sit, you will feel giddy and you feel like vomiting. After that, you will feel your body shaking, and you will just boom, gone, and let him just take over. Yeah, let him do the job after that.
Do you remember, Evan, do you remember much after that?
And I don't really I don't remember anything when it's in the period of transing.
So was it hard juggling a double life in terms of being a spirit medium tangki for your worshippers and devotees, maintain the sintua as well as your personal life at home with your family, as well as work?
For me, I would like to say maybe I was lucky, or deities have been blessing me, helping me, because the job that I found, person I met all around me is so understanding and never put me in a difficult situation. Could be say I'm lucky. Yeah, no double standard. I'm also a normal human being. Yeah, live my own life.
Edmund, was there a time when even you have mentally and physically prepared yourself to receive the deity for your tangki consultation sessions, or even for a feast day or yuging? Was there a time when you were unable to channel the deity or deities at that required time to appear?
No, as I say, the practicing of Tao and the responsibility of not breaking the rules. There's four rules that we are not supposed to break if you are a Gitong. Means 酒色财气. The fourth thing is wine, sex, avarice, and temple. Yeah, this is the four rule that you don't break. You never do bad thing. Yeah. You are and you are not supposed to do bad thing, cause when we are a Gitong, you have to like vote to the heavens that some rules are not to be broken. If to be broke, you will be punished. Yeah, you will have a serious punishment from the God.
Would like to share what your thoughts are on whether spirit mediums will actually last the test of time?
For me, eventually it will fade away due to the new generation. They like to be more simple. They don't like to be like burn joystick, all that. Yeah, they like do things simple way. Cause like all those like our Tao practicism, there's many way of steps that they would not like to follow. Yeah. And Tao is a 1,000 over years passed down thing. For we had our part to maintain this culture, but said the time past the human being has been changed. As the world is going to change, the technology is become more and more useful, and people will slowly change with the time. But honestly, most of the temple people are like gangster, yeah, tattoo, look so fierce like hooligans. So parents don't allow their children to join us and afraid of being bad influence. But there's also a reason why there's so many bad people, because being chosen to become a Gitong, because human can't teach, let the God teach. Yeah.
So I noticed that sometimes during a spirit Yugeng or feast day, sometimes the spirit mediums or tangki do engage in self-mortification. So do you believe that self-mortification is just an act put up to entertain the worshipper who has engaged your services, or there's actually more to it than that?
For me, okay, this is not self-mortification. It's a ritual. It's a ritual performed to help public and believer to redeem their sins. So-called like Jesus Christ. Yeah, he bear the pain of the sin of the people. Yeah, somehow like that. There's a purpose.
There's a fine line between what's real and belief. So some tangki seem to have taken this up, to a step too far, and it's turning, this time-honored traditional ritual into very much of a entertainment fanfare. So what are your thoughts on this, Edmund? And is it hard for you to maintain the integrity of what you were chosen to do in the first place?
This could be a life and death of a person. Yeah, for every weekly consultation service for the believer blessing, this could be a life and death of a person that they are asking for. So for me, example, if a person asks regarding of sickness, illness, and giving a wrong way or wrong advice for the treatment method or medicine way of treatment to given, this is serious. So this is very serious matter. So there's a saying in Chinese that real means real, fake means fake. You don't need to be real to be fake, and yeah, so on. To be able to connect with the it's all about faith. It's all about faith. To connect with the believer, whether the world is so many people of billion people, why is there only this group of people? Because of their faith and things between, so we all met together.
And would you also like to share with our viewers that do you think a consultation session with the spirit medium tangki is more than a source of practical or personal advice? Is it therapy for the worshipper, something like a guidance or support network which the devotees and worshippers actually have, the relationship between the tangki and the person who's seeking that sort of support and advice?
For this question, it depends. Yeah, it depends of what the needs of the people and what's the mindset of the believer, and we can't comment on this. Yeah.
And lastly, Edmund, is there anything else you'd like to add to give a better perspective to our viewers here of spirit medium and tangki as well as sintua? Because as we all know, the spirit mediumship and tangki and sintua is getting quite a bad rap in Singapore. So with you being a new age, a very young millennial and a young spirit medium tangki, is there anything else you'd like to impart to leave our viewers with a better sense of belonging and a better sense of information, and obviously as well as that hopefully with this video we'll be able to channel the right positive image and as well as take this tradition from this time on to the next.
I agree. Okay, putting things into perspective, yes, there may be some black sheep in the group, but there are many out there who sincerely want to. But I believe all of them are sincerely that want to help the believers, so they choose this path. So sometimes tangki may make mistake, yeah, because we all are human too. No one is perfect, yeah. So tangki do make mistake too. It just hope that the public and believer do not lose the trust in the religion. You must know, religion, God is God, human is human. You must, yeah. So don't because of a person and you lose faith for the whole religion. Just like a person doesn't really matter the whole company, you see. So God is God, human is human, as I say. Yeah. Tangki is merely a vessel to God to help the world to become a better place. It's just like this simple. It's not for you to think it of like earning money. Yes, most of the time, yeah. Don't ever think of building a temple to earn money. Is frankly says and speaking, I doesn't earn any single cents of it. Just, yeah.